what I'm going to do in this video is teach you essentially what I do via Rock Band 3 on how I have learnt to sing. First thing you need to do is capture the gameplay on the computer. This is just for training purposes. Now, I'll be using this mic because this mic is actually better and louder than the normal mic I'm using nowadays, which is my really cool 50 style mic. It's a dynamic NJD, really cool. But this comes in handy later when you've got your technique down in terms of confidence and how to sing, so to speak. This one, what I found, because my voice is not as loud, I have to push, and it gives me need to be more powerful, and therefore I become more powerful. So it's a good tool for advance, so to speak. So we'll put that aside. Right, now what we're going to do, we've got a mic stand, so we'll put that here. Make sure it's correct distance, not too close, not too far. And we'll set up the game. We'll put it in practice mode and choose a good song. So I'm going to turn on the speakers now, like so. Get started. Now what you want to do, you want to choose a song when you're first starting out, which is closest to your talking voice in terms of octave and sound. So I'm talking like this, so I want a song that's kind of like this. So Rock Band has a ton of songs to choose from. There are other singing games. You've got SingStar on the PlayStation, you've got Guitar Hero from Guitar Hero 4 onwards, whenever they've got the singing involved. You've got Karaoke Stage on the PS2, and I think it's just PS2. Obviously the other Rock Band games. You've got Lips on the Xbox, you've got various other karaoke type games, singing games, stuff like that. Games only as a tool to help you sing. We'll go on from there, because it's taken from what you learned from the game and using it in real life. Okay, let's see, no, not that one. So you don't want to start learning on a song like this, which is I'll put in, and you'll see here. If you hear that, that's quite loud. That's quite high. He's got a high vocal range. Right, where is it? There we go. Rock Band 1 song. It's a long way back to the... Okay, so this one, throughout most of the song, apart from maybe one or two bits, is mainly the same type of low octave type sound. So you're not having to go high or low, it's sticking around your normal talking range. Now I'll play on easy because I'm doing recording, and I'll be talking through. I won't actually be playing for score. In fact, what I should do, it is practice. I forgot it's practice. So in this game, as probably with other games, you can select different sections of the song to practice on. So if you're stuck on a particularly hard bit of a song, you can choose a song and then practice that bit of song. That'll help you with your overall singing. So we'll do a full song for now. And oh yeah, must change the settings. Go to options, vocal track volume. Now you'd probably want to start with that fully up, so that you can hear what the original artist is singing and how they're singing it. So we'll put that fully up. Put the mic volume, that's how it's normally set. We'll put that down a bit because you don't want to be self-conscious of how you're sounding. But eventually those two levels will swap. You'll eventually get rid of the vocal track and put your mic volume up to maximum. So we'll put that down to about there. We'll get rid of the mic 2 volume and the mic 3 volume just in case, even though there's only the one mic attached. So we got maximum volume vocal track, a little bit of volume in that, and that's all good. So now with this game, you've got that little now I just realised I can't actually talk to you with the camera on the goggles and have the game playing at the same time with the loudness. So just keep your eye on the little arrow there, maybe somewhere around here. I'll see what I do in the edit. You'll see it's the line and it's got an arrow that goes up and down like that. That's your voice, and the two lines, that whole bar, that's your 1 octave range. So you've got the low to high. And typically you can sing almost any song in any octave in the game and it'll still register, which is good when you're using the game because it's good practice. Instead of having to force yourself to get to the right octave straight away, you can practice at the lower octaves and then work your way up to the higher octaves. So we'll give this one a go. I'll probably stop it midway through the song and we'll go. Okay, that was me singing along with it. Now we're going to do the next part with me not singing at all, just listening to the original artist. It's a long way back to the place where we used to sit when you and I were just little kids. Okay, we'll stop it there. I'll actually come out and we'll repeat this particular part. Let's go practice new session and actually choose verse 1. That's what it is. Verse 1 to verse 1. We'll pause that. Now, the idea is you listen to the song. You'd ideally want to choose a song that you're already familiar with. I mean, everyone has songs they like, they love. They probably hum to it all the time, and you probably want to feel like, well, I don't want to just hum it. I want to kind of like sing it. Typically, whenever anyone's learning a song as well, or when I do anyway, the most repetitive part is the first part you learn, which is usually the chorus. So you usually start with the chorus because it's the most familiar part that you know, and then you work your way to the more complicated verses, and then you just put it all together and you've got your whole song. But that's good for learning a song, but that's good also kind of if you already know how to sing. If you don't know how to sing at all, best way is to start off in your talking range and then work your way up. This song is a good way of doing that. So we got the first part, this first verse. My voice is like this, so the song plays kind of like this. So we'll play the first section again without me singing, and then again with me singing. And what I'll do with me singing is I'll change the volumes, and you'll see the difference. On the way home, I saw a rainbow beneath my feet, flowing over the filthy street. Okay, we'll now restart that section and change the options. Go to vocal, go to mic volume, put that up to maximum. Go to the vocal track, turn that down to minimum. This is just for me to show you how my voice sounds similar to this person's voice when they're singing. With yourself, obviously you'd slowly move the vocal track lower and lower and lower, and move your mic volume slowly higher and higher and higher, until you're comfortable with it. So we'll do this. On the way home, I saw a rainbow beneath my feet, that's me singing it, and as you can tell, it's very close, but it's also very close to my talking voice, so I'm not actually straining, I'm not pushing. I will put links underneath, or wherever it is in YouTube and whatever layout, in the description of other people teaching you proper techniques in terms of breathing. Make sure you're breathing at the right place. Make sure you've got a bit of confidence. A good stance, good standing position. Singing while sitting is not really a good idea because you can't really use your lungs and your diaphragm and everything properly. Yeah, there's other information, other people, more professional type people. This is just how I've kind of learned how to do it. So, getting back on track, we've gotten this, so now we should go choose a new section. One that has I think it's a long way. Not that bit. This bit. Because throughout most of this song, this particular song, it's mainly it's the same type of like range, where it gets to a certain part where it's kind of high, and then you kind of like push it, but it's still in the same octave range. So what we'll do is we'll listen to it again, just the original artist, and then I'll sing it, and then you can see the range, and we'll go from there. Okay, now we'll change. Oops. So that's kind of how it goes. You listen to the song, you get a feel for it, you then give it a shot. It doesn't matter how you do, as long as you feel comfortable doing it. Always choose songs that you feel comfortable doing. Don't force yourself to do a song you don't feel comfortable doing. Don't force yourself to do a song that you know you don't like the type of. Say for example, I'm not a fan of rap music, so I wouldn't choose a rap type song. I like rock music, so I'll choose a rock type song. I like ballads, so I'll choose a ballad type song. I'm not likely to choose a reggae song to sing because, to be honest, I personally don't really like reggae. So it'd be pointless choosing a song in a genre you don't like to practice on. Always choose one that you're comfortable with and start off with. So what we'll do, we'll change the song. We'll go back to Music Library, and let's do one I've done recently actually. We'll do this one. Again, put it on easy. Always when practicing, put it on easy. You don't want to put pressure on yourself. We'll start off with the first one, because it's got a bit of an intro. Again, this one's very similar to my voice in terms of octave. Now, this particular band have done songs that are in various different octaves and various ranges. So this one's a good one to learn on again because it's mostly flat, so to speak. Another good one would be Wake Me Up When September Ends, although that's a bit higher. So we'll try this one and then we'll go to that one, just to give you a bit of show how. So what we will do is we'll again swap the sound, the vocals, and let's listen to the original.
I text a postcard sent to you, did it go through? Sending all my love to you.
Okay, and then we'll repeat that with I'm singing.
I text the postcard sent to you. Did it go through? Send me all my love to you.
Okay, so it's pretty simple. Now I'll restart that and show you what happens if you mess up. It means absolutely nothing. It's okay to mess up. You just keep going. Because there will be parts, especially like certain lyrics you don't know, that you'll just forget, and so on and so forth. So this is what happens when you mess up. It's practice mode in the game anyway. It's practice mode for a reason.
I sent a postcard sent to you. Did it go through?
See, it does make a difference because you're practicing, and you can just restart, do it again until you feel comfortable, you get it right. That was a bit exaggerated, I'll admit, but there are times where you can get lyrics wrong, you can get the wrong note. It happens to just about everyone. I've done it a couple times on videos you've probably seen, but it makes no difference. You keep going, you don't stop. You make sure you keep going with the song, keep going with the flow. If needs be, just stop, wait for the next set of lyrics, and then continue on from there. Just don't worry about it. If anyone says anything that like, oh, you're crap, or you're making mistakes, it's like, well, it doesn't matter, because you're the one doing it, not them. And if they want to chat like crap, then they can prove themselves. And if they can't, well, you know, that's them. So, let's do something a bit more harder. Let's change... Oops. Change song. Oh, we'll go to... Wake Me Up When September Ends. So that's the same singer, slightly different higher singing. Right, we'll do verse 1. We'll listen to him again. And typically you'd want to do songs that are male singers. If you're a guy, you sing male singing songs. If you're a girl, you sing girl singing songs. But there is no rule saying that you can't do either. You can have a male guy singing a female song, a female singing a male song. It makes no difference. Whatever you are comfortable with, you sing it. And if you can pull it off, whoa, if you can pull it off, then it's good. Then it's good. And even if you can't, at least you're the one having fun. Fun is the important thing. If you're not having fun, do something you're more comfortable with. Right, let's restart that because I started too early. So this is his voice, not my voice.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends.
So, same singer, same band, different song, slightly different range. So this one's a bit higher, so you've got to sing a bit more higher. Now, like I said before, there are going to be links in the description where other people will teach you exactly how to sing in terms of reaching higher notes, where you... Well, they go into more detail than I am. I'm basically saying, listen to what they're saying, because they're more professional, but if you need a tool, or... If you need a tool or something to help you, use a game. They're fun. There's, you know, you can play it with a bunch of friends. You don't have to go to an expensive karaoke bar or even a free karaoke bar and feel embarrassed because you're singing in front of strangers. You can just do this in your own home, like I'm doing here. So yeah, now we'll do this with my voice. So turning out to be quite a long video, really. Right. Okay, so same singer, but different, slightly different range. Restart.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up Timorous.
So yeah, it's a simple case of listening to them and trying to replicate it. And then once you've gotten to grips the song, you can add your own flair, or like, you know, make the song your own, so to speak. I tend to hold notes a little bit longer than the original artist on certain lyrics, certain parts. I tend to maybe sing slightly different. Like a good example, go back to music thing, and it's finding download content. Okay, take your time. I've only got about like 900 odd songs on here. Yeah, I have in Rock Band 3. I have exported all the songs, apart from the ones that can't be exported, from Rock Band 1, 2, Lego Rock Band, and Rock Band Blitz, all into Rock Band 3. Plus I've got a load of download content and network songs on here. I haven't got the AC/DC pack yet, but I'll probably end up getting that eventually. Right, okay, I remember. The only problem with having, 998 songs, you kind of tend to forget sometimes what names of songs are. Right, we've got this one, Brian Stray Cat. So, with this one, he sings it, let's see. This is a good example because I've somehow managed to sing it completely different to how he sings it, yet it still flows with the song. So once you're comfortable, if you can't replicate exactly, or if you're not looking to replicate exactly the song, make it your own. It's only a game, and you're not a professional performer on a stage, and even if you are, have you heard live performances? They're not like record studio exact same quality, they are slightly different, otherwise they might as well just be lip syncing. So yeah, make it your own, and just as long as you're going with the flow of the song, listen to the instruments, listen to the backing vocals as well, you know, just get into it. So here's the original.
Looking for a fight, howling to the moonlight on a hot summer night, singing the blues while the lady cats cry. Wild street cat, you're a real gone guy. I wish I could be as carefree and wild, but I got cat class and I got cat style.
Right, that bit, especially that end bit, I for some reason can't get that exactly right. But what I have done is made it my own. So I will demonstrate that for you now. But first, let me check the battery. Battery is good. Battery is good. A little worried about the battery on that. Okay, let's restart that.
Sing the blues while the lady cats cry. Wild stray cat, you're a real gone guy. I wish I could be as carefree and wild, but I got cat class and I got cat style.
Okay, for some odd reason that actually fit it perfectly, but it's typical really when you're trying to demonstrate for someone else and then you actually do it what you're not supposed to do. But that particular part I do tend to have a little bit of trouble with. That song I do tend to only 3-star it instead of 5-star it, but that's because, like I said, I don't get things exactly right, and I just make it my own and just sing my own part of the song. Okay, let's go back to music library. Let's see, what's the name of that song? I forgot the name of the song. I know the... There we go, In Dreams. In Dreams by Roy Orbison. Now this is a guy, let's do the full song. This is a guy who has amazing range. I can't remember exactly how many octaves he has, but he has an amazing range. Classic good singer. This particular song, available I think as DLC, goes from really low to really high. So if you are practicing to going from really low to really high, this is probably an ideal song to try, because you're going from low to really high. Like, well, I can't really do it while talking, but you know. So we'll do half, I think. Right, half. So if I mess up, you can still hear the originals. Back a bit.
Mechanic underground, they call it Sandman. Tiptoes from my room every night. Just a sprinkle stardust and a whisper. Go to sleep, everything is alright. I close my eyes, then I drift away into the magic night. I softly say a silent prayer, like dreamers do. Then I fall asleep to dream my dreams of you.
Right, at that particular moment, that was the lowest part of the song. Right now, I did have a tiny bit of trouble with that, but that's okay. You keep going. And then eventually throughout the song it gets higher and higher and higher, until we'll practice a new section instead of going through the whole song.
Can't help it, but just before the dawn,
Yeah, like right at the end it's like really high.
it's a
So that's the next part, okay. But if you noticed, I took a nice deep breath before a high note, especially high and long notes. That little gap, take a nice deep breath, and then using techniques explained in the other videos, you let that out. Like, yeah, you don't push, but you let it out. So we'll go practice new session, we'll go to that. So this is the high note. Particular part I always have trouble with is the transference from that really high note to that lower yet still high note. That really high note, I'm using what is mentioned in like the previous videos as the head voice. There's two voices, you've got your head voice and your chest voice. So at the start of the song you'll be using more of your chest, throaty, low, deep voice, and at the high parts you'll be using more of your head, like almost nasally type high voice, really high voice. With the higher notes, I found that in order to get them stable, because if you start trying to do them at a low volume or with less air, it wobbles about, your voice breaks, you don't get it out properly or good. You need to push, you need to get that power, what I like to call power, into it. You need to make it loud regardless of how conscious you feel. Without pushing and making it loud, it's not going to be stable. Think of it like a bicycle. Now when you're riding a bicycle, if you're going slow it starts to wobble about. If you're going fast it straightens up and it's more stable. Think of your notes, your high notes especially, as a bicycle. If you don't push the power behind it, and get it out, really strongly, then it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be powerful. It's not going to be stable. It's not going to be sounding good. Low notes you can get away with breathing a bit low because you need a lot more air going through your vocal cords to get the lower notes going. So it's like deep breath, always deep breath, but it's like but you can do that quietly. But a high note, if I was to do it at the same type of volume, see, it's a bit wavery. But if you do it like really loud, which for some reason I can't actually do, it's a bit embarrassing somehow without music. I'm a very musical person. I need some sort of musical background. See, that's another thing with practicing with singing, is you get used to little habits, such as in order to sing, I can't sing a cappella. I need some sort of backing track. I need some sort of music playing, and playing loud as well, because you do feel self-conscious, but for me, once the music's playing, it's like I'm part of it now. Whereas if it's just me on my own, it's just like, well, how do I know I'm doing it right? I don't actually feel like I'm a part of something. I just feel like I'm doing something on my own, and it just doesn't feel right. It's like I'm like almost a train, and the rails, the music are like the rails. So I need music to guide me to get the right notes, the right octaves, the right speed, and everything. But that's just me. That's my personal thing. Other people can just like sing, like go sing, and they're like done. They're singing straight away. No music, no nothing. They can do it. Other people can sing in front of people just like that. Other people need some sort of just to sit there and wait and build up their own confidence. It's all fine. Everyone is different. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you take your interest in singing and making it so that you actually are singing. However you do that, purely up to you. Like I said again, this is just one of many ways of doing it, using a game as a tool. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Use the game, get a game, any game. Use it, make sure it's got a practice session, make sure the game has access to any of the songs that you like. Like I said, with Rock Band is probably your best bet, because there's a massive library of songs. Go on the Wikipedia pages of their normal DLC and their network DLC, and also exported songs. Have a look through. There's bound to be at least 1 or 2 songs in there that you like doing. And just practice it. Practice it easy mode, practice it in sections, and just get used to it. Practice it, play it loud, play it softly, do whatever. Go back to music library. It's Blurry. Blurry's a good song. Where's it gone? Blurry by Puddle of Mud. Now, years ago, I used to been playing a game called Amped. I used to always listen to like Puddle of Mud music and all that, and you play a game, and you just you're singing along. It's just like you kind of know the lyrics already, but you don't know exactly all the lyrics or how to put it all into order, so to speak. So you use a game, and you get it all in order, and it helps you refine what you already know. And then once you're comfortable doing songs you already know, like this one, I'll just play the intro so you get an idea. Once you get used to songs that you're familiar with, you're then more likely to try songs you're not familiar with. So for me, a song I am not familiar with but I do now sing, let's see. So basically, this song is an on-disc song on Rock Band 3. I had heard it before, but I'd never actually thought of actually singing it. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't exactly like it at first. So it's just like one of those songs you hear, and you're just like, yeah. So found out it was on Rock Band 3, and it's just like, you know what, I could probably sing that. And so I gave it a shot, obviously in practice mode at first, and then it's just like, hang on, I can actually do this, you know, wow. So I then started doing it more and more, kept doing it, started learning the lyrics a lot more, while you automatically learn the lyrics the more you do a song, especially a song that you enjoy. And now I can actually do it, I can do it really well. So it's just a matter of start off with something easy, something around your talking voice. Get used to doing that one. Build up your vocal skills. Your vocal cords are essentially a group of muscles that you do need to work out. And the more you use them, the better they'll get. The more stronger they'll get as well. Don't push yourself. Don't strain yourself. Again, stuff like this will be in the videos and linked in the description below. Oh, beep. That must mean that either the memory's full or the battery's going to die. So, yeah, have fun with it. Rock Band 3, good choice. And sing and enjoy.